1. Hello, everybody. It is myself and Comics here with another indie interview for you guys today. Today, we have my co host, Jeremy, a dead guy. And then we have with us today an author, H.J. Ditch. Hello, how are you guys doing today?
Hello, thank you for having me.
Good.
We're wonderful to have you here. We've been waiting for so long.
Yeah, it's been my fault. It's been a mess trying to get her on and get this scheduled, but we're here
My
now.
schedule's crazy too, so I'm all good. I'm just happy
I'm
to
a
be here.
hermit. I just live at home and then go to work and just come back home. I do nothing all day.
I'm so
Probably.
ambitious.
I don't.
People will literally
Today.
text me at like 2 a.m. Hey, what are you doing? And I'm like, working.
What do you think?
You know, just sitting here eating peanut butter. You know, that's how it is. Hanging out with my cat.
Sounds good right now. Jeremy does
Anyway.
the same. 5 a.m. I'm working.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and push this in the chat now and pin this so we have it here.
I already did, you turd.
Oh, okay. Well, there it is again, guys. There it is again. Hunter, tell us a little bit about. I'd say we should start with your book that is doing unbelievably well. So I say we should start off with that. Tell us a little bit about that and the adventures of, and we'll move on to other things after we kind of get a little bit of that information.
All right. So The Grove is a horror story about two starlets who are navigating a traumatic experience on set. It's got a lot of twists and turns. I was doing a little bit of a read of it in my live earlier on a platform, and somebody said, no, I didn't know what was going on until the last sentence. And I was like, that's exactly what I want. And I want it to be like one of those moments where you have to go back and reread it because you're like, oh, okay, now I'm seeing it all the way. And I really, really wanted people to have that experience, that like Sixth Sense kind of experience, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it was here all along.
I still have to see that movie too.
Really? Okay. Well, The Sixth Sense is kind of a must-watch. It's a meme, you know, like you it's a way to describe a story now, you know, like.
Yeah, it's not a Sixth Sense story, but you know, like, you know, that experience of once you know, then you know, and then you're like, oh man, this whole time. Or like Fight Club, that one's really good, where you're like,
see that one too.
The first time you're like,
on a rewatch,
Marla,
the rewatch,
and then
you're
the second
looking
time.
for detail, you know. Now it's
You're
like,
like,
well, I know
oh,
what's gonna happen. Now I'm
Marla.
noticing details.
Yeah.
So I do have a question. It says it's based on a screenplay.
Yes.
Does the screenplay still exist? Question mark?
Yes. So it's actually a threequel. This was planned as a series, and it sparked a trip that we made out into the desert of California.
Huh.
And I don't know how much to say about that, but you have to make it to the end of the story. And once you see the end of the story, then the other parts of the threequel will be like,
Okay. So by saying that this is based on a screenplay and the screenplay still exists, could we expect a short film series made from these possibly, or indie film series from these?
Well, that is what we're hoping for. So you'll see as you go through the story that there's a lot of production cost in what we're looking at here. And we did make it to #1 the first week that it was released. So hopefully part of like IndieCent, if you see down here, my thing is I work with IndieCent. We try to get traction on projects in all sorts of ways. And hopefully this book is enough traction to garner some interest in funding the movie.
Okay. Out of curiosity, did you guys go straight to Kindle, Amazon with this, or was this somewhat crowdfunded?
I always go straight to KDP. I have tried in the past to talk to publishers, and it's just so much red tape that I'm just like, no, we just need it out there. And as long as you have, we're dealing with indie comics, right? A lot of your audience. And some of those comics are going to become cartoon series or whatever, right? One of the ways to get funding for your projects is to get a lot of social currency behind them. And so if you can prove that there is an interest in your product, the funding will come. And I would rather forego any sort of payment from a publishing company just to get social media traction for people to like this. If I get 10,000 people who I can't believe that I have a 5-star rating. Actually, I haven't even read the rating. I want to read it so bad. Is there like a paragraph with it? But if I have 10,000 of those, we're going to get the traction that we need, you know?
I actually read there is someone left a review comment.
I want to see it so bad.
Yeah, if you want to see that. Here
I really do. Right, I really do. Okay. This is my first time reading it.
Dietophobe, or Dietophobe. I don't know. Phenomenal read, 5 stars. Twists and turns abound from a stunning perspective of an insider's view. Ready for more and more. Could there be truth in the pages?
There is. That's funny. That's funny.
Always in the pudding.
I mean, there's not. Legally, I can't say there is.
Legally, I can't say there is. But there's some Fox News kind of truth in it. We'll just go there. How's that?
There you go.
There.
Oh, and we wanted to know who this John Bailey is. Partner of yours?
Yeah. So this is our very first collaborative anything physical. Normally he edits my books for me, because a little known thing about John Bailey, which I'll get to who he is. His mother was an English teacher.
Ooh.
So he has incredible grammar. He is Soundwave and Shockwave in the Bumblebee movie. He's a extremely prolific voice actor. He's acted over 30 different Transformers. You can hear him in Dave and Buster's Transformers game as Swoop, and all of the chatter, the radio chatter in that. Soundwave and Shockwave and Bumblebee. He has a movie coming out. You guys should all go see Transformers 1. He's Soundwave. He reprises his role as Soundwave.
Freaking stoked.
Very cool. He is the announcer in Snap, Marvel Snap. He is the voice of Honest Trailers. He's Ryan Reynolds' official sound alike. He's worked on Deadpool and Wolverine.
Really?
I love Honest Trailers.
Ryan Reynolds has been in. John has worked on as well.
Wow. Okay, so wow. So in
I made him want to do something like this.
And so like this is a little bit outside of his family-friendly normal content. But you can if you go through this, you will see the twists and turns. One of them is very much a John Bailey turn, where you're like, oh, that's adorable. And to be honest, really cool. I might cut it from the film.
Sorry, it's going to be a deleted scene. Check here in the bonus DVD.
Yeah.
The hidden track on the 90s DVD, like we were talking about before.
Yeah.
No, that's really cool. I'm sorry. I'm a little kind of blown away. All the information that's kind of been thrown at me. This is, wow for me.
It just punches you in the gut, uppercuts
kind of punches me right in the brain, and I'm just like, I don't think
this
of anything
is my
to say
life.
Now.
It's super crazy that this is my life. These are my friends. These are the people that I'm in the room with. It's wild. It's so great. Like, I'm blessed.
Well, hopefully we can get some people to at least click on that link. I know that personally, I didn't want to log in to my personal account when we're live, so I pulled up just the generic Amazon. But I know that I'm going to log in and at least do the click one buy on this. I at least want to support it because it looks like you're offering it. It looks like it's offered for free.
So it's free on Kindle Unlimited, and it's $1.29 if you don't have Kindle Unlimited. And I came up with that number because that's how much I pay for iTunes. I was like, if you can buy a track that you enjoy for like 3 minutes on iTunes, you can buy a book.
That's unreasonably fair. Like that's
I figured.
It's like a steal, like even I'm sure it's not, but even if it was a terrible book, it's still a steal. That's okay. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna at least support this in any way that I can for sure. Other than
I have the link too, so I have it saved.
Yeah. Just to let you know, we just did our first review together where we reviewed a person, an indie comic creator's comic. We went through their whole story and just kind of talked about it, did a review and did a breakdown. And we want to do more of that. And so if you're ever interested, we could do like a quick collab 5-6 minute review after we read it and send that to you somehow. That way you can put it somewhere or do whatever you want with it.
We say 5 to 6 minutes, but we're obviously
going to end up being an hour, but still.
So it's a 45-minute read. It's like super easy to get through. Yeah, it's so easy to get through.
Yeah.
Is it like that with the other two as well? 45 minutes ish.
Yes.
Speaking
I
of
try
which-
to write very concise. And so this is my favorite. This is the one that I'm focusing on now. But I do have another one that I would be interested in you guys like possibly reading too. That we are in the process of filming called Revelations.
Oh, okay.
Already
Okay.
into
I have that pulled up right now where it's got the rest of the books on here. So let me get off screen for a second, guys, and then pull that up, and then maybe we can see. It's a little small,
but all
but
of
bear
them are very
with me.
short, very easy reads.
Nice.
I got
You guys both drank at the same time. I'm
I got
the
a
odd
screen
one out.
share down
Dang
there.
it.
I'm seeing it right here. So the Revelations is the first one in this little collab picture that you sent me.
I
got
just
it
realized I have to share the screen.
Yeah, it's got it. There we go. So Revelations is the
another
first
thing-
one here. Yeah.
Yeah, another thing that I do in all of my stories, I don't know if I should say it because I don't want to like sully the audience on it. I don't want them to have like an anticipation. Maybe I shouldn't say it.
You're not going to sully our audience. We've already done that.
Okay. I am a female, and a big problem that I had growing up, I am a prolific reader. I love reading. And I have very rarely come across a female that I identify with. I think the closest one that I remembered when I was small was A Heart is a Lonely Hunter. I felt like, which is also where I get my name from, Hunter. She was very tomboyish and introspective, and I related to that a lot. So you'll see when you read the stories that I try to authentically represent females. We don't like focus on like my hair and my makeup and like stuff like that. We are just like, I try to look at it like as if we were Ferris Bueller or anybody else that you would be rooting for in a story, but we happen to be female.
You're Ellen Ripley, if you will. She's my hero.
Yeah. So Revelations is actually it's two female leads. Really, it's the oldest daughter that's the female lead. So she's a 10-year-old girl.
Okay.
And
Go ahead. I am so sorry.
No. Oh no, I was going to say that it's her and her sister. The whole story revolves around them. But it's it's basically she's the heroine, or is she? You don't really know.
Is this connected? Are these books connected to The Grove?
No, they are not.
Okay.
So we're waiting on the reception of The Grove and the social traction there before we release the other portions of the story, because The Grove very much has a beginning and an end. I think it's important to know also that I am a huge Clive Barker fan.
Oh, now you've done it.
I'm not getting anything. I'm gonna have to Google search every one of these things.
Oh, you'll know Clive Barker
so
when you
old.
do
I'm
it.
sorry.
No, it's not that. It's okay. I'm just semi-uncultured. Just semi.
No. Oh, how can I ask how old are you, or what generation you fall in?
I've never had a problem talking about my age. I'm going to be
40.
29 in November.
Okay, so you
So
are a
I'm
little bit older.
Generation Y. Late Y?
Yeah.
Late Generation Y?
I
Something
think
like that.
I think you've just got another purchase on the book. So
Oh, thank I thought you were a little bit younger, so I did think that you were younger than that. You look younger than that.
I mean,
But
you're younger in my book, as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I'm almost 40. But
We got a comment regarding
Myself-
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. John Hughes wrote the script for the movie in just 6 days. Oh, Ferris
He
Bueller
did.
Day Off movie. I
Yeah.
have not seen the
Yes.
movie. I know the actor. He's Inspector Gadget.
Also, John Hughes,
Yes.
he has his own universe, essentially, like an MCU. A lot of people
Kind of,
don't-
yeah. God, I'm trying to think. Those are so old. Those never were my cup of tea. You know, when we were young, I watched them, but I don't remember half of that stuff, like the Breakfast Club and all that. I don't. Really
What I just
remember.
remembered is that I hated the women when I seen them on screen. I was like, who is this ditzy broad? I couldn't stand it. And I was always rooting for people like Ferris Bueller or the Goonies. It was the kid with the braces or what, you know what I mean? Like, it was always like the
They
dude
always have
that
the
was
best
like the cool one.
personality. The kids with the braces.
Yeah. And I was
They're
like,
the unique ones.
why are there no chicks that I actually relate to or like seem like they're real humans?
Exactly. For
You
me,
know,
I was born in 1995. So for me, I had like cartoons coming in from like the 2000s. But during this time, they were trying to be more approachable with female characters. So you had girls relating to like Kim Possible, Juniper Lee, who were like, I love that series so much. Oh my gosh. I think it was maybe not the first time I've seen an Asian heroine as like the protagonist, but like I was like, this girl's a tomboy. She fights monsters, has some sort of heritage thing, and the guy, he's a comic book writer, J.D. Shoots, J.D. Whittick. Jason Whittick? No, Judge Whittick? Something J, and his last name is Whittick, known for Kyle Rayner writing his series from Green Lantern. And he's like,
Oh.
I have a wife who's Asian, and she didn't relate to like any heroes when she came to America, so like I made this because of her. And I was like, that's so sweet. I love it even more now. We have a pun,
'Cause that's
and he
the
talks, and
way.
he's Scottish.
Yeah, it's just that, like women weren't in these positions to have these stories told. They just weren't in the room when this stuff was going on. And then a lot of times, because it was so early in like the progressive movement, even when they were in the room, you're still afraid to speak up.
Yes.
That's one of the things that I talk about on like my sets and in my projects is I always tell everyone that I'm with, I'm like, if you have something to say, I need you to feel comfortable enough with me to say it. Your job is never at risk. If something happens, I need to know. Like I am on your side, you know? Because yeah, even today, we're still in a kind of gray area where people, even in the Grove, you will see people are having these conversations of, I don't feel like my job is safe if I speak up. We actually in the Grove have a scene where the actresses are with a guy who they're just kind of like, I don't know if we should. And they're like, yeah, everything's fine. Because they're so new. And that stuff still happens. And I don't want anyone to ever feel that way with any of my projects. But it still happens.
I mean, yeah, it's going to. I'm not sure that'll ever go away completely. But what we can do,
we're kicking the bad guys out.
Is support each other in that way. You know, if you know some ladies that are in that particular situation and you are a guy, take their back them up, you know, whatever you can do to help appease the situation, help get rid of it, you know, make it to where it's nothing, because there's always going to be an asshole. There's always going to be somebody that's blocking somebody else or standing or gatekeeping. What you do is you outnumber them, you know, you get enough people.
You outnumber them. That's the thing, is that people need to know good people do outnumber these bad ones. There might be one bad one in the office, you know, that's trying to do some snaky stuff, but when we all stand up, we'll take care of it.
And I think that's what we're trying to do here on a small scale, but we're trying to create a small community where people are safe and people can speak their mind, and no matter who you are, you know, like as long as you aren't coming at somebody else and being offensive, or, you know, it's a safe environment for people to be able to speak freely, show their content. We're not worried about it being stolen. You know what I mean? Like do whatever we can to support a community.
as a female though, when I say like, oh, I have strong female leads and stuff like that, I've seen a lot in Hollywood where they try to like pander verse it. And so I'm always a little bit nervous when I say, oh, this is a female written from the female perspective or whatever, because I don't want to be lumped into that pander verse kind of thing that was going on. I went to go see the Captain Marvel that came, the Marvels. And I was like, they literally have a Disney planet with dresses and singing. Like,
What?
yeah, I was like, what the heck is this? Like, and that's what I'm afraid when I say, oh, I would rather that the people just partake in the artwork and that they enjoy it, and maybe at the end they go, oh, that was a female. Oh, there wasn't very many males in that, you know, and like then they think about it later, but not like.
I did enjoy the Marvels because my favorite Korean actor, who was like in the Korean actor. My sister and I know him from his Korean works, and when I heard that he was going to be in the movie, I'm like, what? And I'm like, and it's not romance based. I'm like, okay. And like, he taught himself English for this movie. I'm like, well, no, he's always had some sort of English in the Korean dramas, because he's usually typecast as like the businessman. So he's talking to Americans, and his English and acting is better than their English and acting for some reason. And I'm like, dang, you guys are terrible, but he's great. And
is he the one that she was dancing with?
Yeah, the prince.
Okay. I did like him. Like, I don't like the Disney planet. I was like, you literally took a whole girls thing and stuck them in dresses and had them dance a musical in a superhero thing. This is ridiculous.
I did find it interesting that the musical was a language.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
I found it very universally.
Oh, he's bilingual.
I haven't seen it, guys. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list. Doesn't sound like I'm missing anything, to be honest. I mean, I liked Captain Marvel, but after that, it kind of spiraled out of control.
I love Captain Marvel. I love everybody who was in it individually. What they did with that movie, though, was so over the top pandering that it was just, yeah.
I mean,
I like all this.
I can't deny it. You know, it's just some of it was fun. That's all I can say. Other than that, I personally have a question, because I saw that shortly after I reached out to you, you made a post about me without actually saying my name, which was really cool because that would have embarrassed me. Yeah. I was brave enough to reach out because it looked to me like I kind of understood some of it. I noticed your book. That was it. I was like, the book. Oh, she's a writer. This is fantastic. I'll just ask. But it turns out you are way more than that. So what I would like for the people that are here with us, I would like for them to understand, what else is it that you do and why I'm smiling so big waiting for you to explain it, because this is big for me. It's really exciting. So
it's always like a loaded question, and that is one that I get. And so it is better than just assuming, though. I love it when people ask instead of just being like, oh, she's just this one thing, because I'm not. So I make connections where they need to be made. I like to call it like being a good steward of the resources that I have at my fingertips. So I was a part of a reality series that was focused on entrepreneurs, and it put me in a spot where I was having a ton of success in social media, and I was able to help those people with their social media due to that success. So I also, because of the TV show and those types of things, found myself in rooms with famous voice actors and movie producers, James Hong, Zach Ward, John Bailey. Like, I can name drop all day long. Fred Stoller is one of like my best friends. Just like legendary people, helping them with social media. But at the same time, the social media deals with a lot of branding. And a lot of these people have this social credit that they can lend to the businesses. And so I connect the businesses and the celebrity powers together to like help each other. So I don't know what you call that, but I'm like a liaison of sorts. And I'm very fortunate to be able to have my projects be supported by people on both ends, the business end and the celebrity end. And hopefully we can get a lot of really great people, in front of their audiences where they belong. I love what you guys are doing because I feel
mean,
like this fits in really well.
By definition, that is a producer. You are a producer, but
I do produce. Well, I also have
maybe not
producer on here
gathering
because
funds,
I actually
but
produce a lot of other things. Yeah.
connecting people together and finding, say, hypothetical situation, finding a person who's writing a script, finding an editor for them. Oh, I know a guy who's perfect for this kind of stuff. Here he is. That's what producers do. You know, like you know the people, you connect the right people, you're the middleman, which is the most important as far as I'm concerned. It's the
Yeah,
most
and
important.
I do produce. I have a TV series that's coming to Tubi, 6 episodes on Tubi.
What?
All made with my awesome friends. It's called City Morgue. It is a very irreverent,
Nice.
gory comedy. So I hope that you're the people who like the horror side of this
Absolutely.
are.
We are werewolf fanatics.
Is this
He's
on?
a more horror fanatic than I am.
Yes. Is there any information on IMDb on?
No,
Did I pull up
nothing
maybe?
yet. There is nothing. I
Okay,
think
you guys
we
being really
have
hush-hush
an
about it?
Instagram open. The City Morgue, I believe, is what it is. We have a really cool website
Okay.
that's being built right now, though. Oh my gosh, guys! Like,
That's
it is just
cool.
Easter egged up. Like, it's so cool. It is so cool. People are going to be digging into this the way that they dig into Bill Cipher.
Okay. All right. Well, now I'm really interested because you sent me that and I wasn't sure what it was, and I put it on the
Yeah.
thumbnail because it's like, hey, let's put that on there. Anybody that comes to the video at least see that. Now that you've mentioned it, we'll know what that is.
Yep.
But
And then as the books are, Revelations is in production as well, as a horror short to be sent out to the festivals because we do a lot of work with festivals. What is his name? Oh, he's gonna embarrass me next time he sees me. Chris Cord. What is Chris Gord's thing called? It's super famous. Award This and Film Threat. Film Threat. We work with them. So we're going to be submitting to their festival as well.
Nice.
I'm so glad that we had you on because this you seem very excited about your projects and enthusiasm for me and B that sells us. Like we'll spend all our money on your projects if you come in excited about
You
it.
don't
Like,
have
oh,
to
we're
It's gonna say
excited.
pages.
Just getting people talking about it, getting it in front of them. I just believe in what we're doing because I think that they're fun. I think that they're fresh. I think that they're needed perspectives. And I have a huge drive for inclusion. So in City Morgue, I have actors from Black Panther. And I have an indie comic. Can I plug him a little bit because he is fantastic
Always.
and I freaking love him.
Send them
Okay,
our
so
way.
he's by Flamingo Jackson, but his name is Terrell Wright, and he is a comedian. He is an indie comedian, and he is so freaking funny. I just can't. I gave him this role, and I was like, make him yours. Make him yours. Just like, I trust you 100% with this. He came back with a name. I don't even know how much I can say. He came back with a name for the character, and when you guys hear it, it's like one of those Aaron kind of deals that's going to stick with everybody forever. It's so great.
A-Ron. Okay, double A-Ron.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's okay. I'm
Say
excited.
the
I'm
name again. It was Flamingo
Flamingo Jackson, Terrell Wright.
Jackson.
He's like my main actor, and I just
so
freaking
she meant comic, like comedian comic, not
comedian. Yes,
book
comedian.
comic. So yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Well, I'm going to look them up anyway. Okay, I like
should.
comedians too.
Me too.
Dang,
I
I
like
forgot his first name already.
Terrell Wright, and
Terrell?
I hope he hears this and how much I love him for this.
While
And I
she's
can't wait
looking
for
that
him to
up,
tell the story about the name of the character because that's just.
I can't spell, guys. I'm sorry.
When you
Can you
guys go
spell
to the
the first
website, the name of the character is on the website. So I'm just going to leave that little Easter egg out there for everyone. They're going to be like, I have to know now.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple horror movie fans in here, especially just plain movie fans and television. I know Bruce from Kingdom of Nerds is a big movie guy, like I am. T's a big horror fan. I'm a big horror fan. We've got some people in here that will at least appreciate what we're doing right here. So that
Anyone who signs up on indiecent.com, that's completely free platform. What we do is we work with small creators. There's no minimum requirement for followers or anything like that. We just kind of like you guys require that people are interested and like indie stuff. So if you sign up there, you will get everything that is ever sent to IndieSent to go out. You will get it in your DMs. So whether that's interview opportunities with celebrities or invites to premieres, all of that is completely free. It just goes directly from the indie filmmaker to you. Just sign up for free.
Okay, I'm sold.
I will
Definitely
add
sold.
that
I mean, what could it
to
hurt,
the
right? What could it
description
hurt?
after this.
Yeah, no, you just get put in a database. That's it. And then as soon as something gets sent to us, you do it. We did it for Keepers of the Five Kingdoms. I was going to say that wrong.
Why do I know that? What do I know that? from?
It's James Kong's last movie.
Okay. Yep.
The movie it was his very last on-screen film. George Takei. I was able for IndieCent, like our influencers, got to interview the cast, which was pretty cool.
Dude, to talk to George Takei, I don't even know what I'd say. I don't even know what I'd say. I just
Right?
flabbergasted
Oh
the whole time. Like, oh my! I'd be doing it the whole time. He'd be like, "Well, stop impersonating me." I was like, "I can't. You're awesome." That would be really cool. So
Yeah.
it seems like you've spent years building connections. Not
But
even
I
on
haven't.
purpose. Like not even on purpose, just sort of in the environment you're in, adapting, especially what you told us backstage, extremely intelligent. So, you kind of pick up on things quick. So it seems like you took naturally to this.
Can I tell you something inspirational, I think, for everybody who's listening maybe right now that they need to hear?
Definitely.
I've only been in Hollywood for 2 years. And
she's working. She's putting in the work.
I work every day. I work all the time. And so like people will say, how do you network? I said, you do work. Do work.
Yes.
Like, grind. Do it. But the inspirational part of this is I want people to know that I was only out here. The only way that any of this ever came to fruition is because my cheating ass ex-husband divorced me. So he cheated on me and then he divorced me when I found out. Yeah. So, so I want people to know that whatever they're going through right now in life that feels like it's tearing their life apart, that it's breaking their family, their spirit, their heart, whatever that is, it is separating you from the things that don't need to be in your life. And you are about to like walk through some door that is going to change the entire direction of your life. And you have the power to do that.
Exactly. It's
I
something
like
I tell myself all the time, but very not cool wordy.
Well, to make something good out of something, I mean, I'm divorced. It can be devastating. It can destroy your life. Like 10 years later, you're still picking up the pieces. And it seems to me like it was a manifest destiny. Like, here you go. Here's a new life. And it's just, now it's, you're on this train. You can't even stop it now. You can't stop.
Yeah, exactly. And
gone.
I look around and I'm like, I would have never, when I was at those like really dark times in my life, I would have never, ever like been able to fathom where I'm at today. It just wasn't there. So while you're feeling dark and like you don't know where this is going, know that it's out there. You just can't see it yet.
Mm-hmm.
Hear that, guys? Because I know for a fact there's a couple people in the chat that probably meant something to. I know for a fact. So that
Can I get an amen?
We going to church tonight. Speaking of which, there are some religious themes in my book.
I like that. You can't avoid it, and it's excellent storytelling. It's part of our culture, everybody's culture.
Yes.
You can't avoid it. It's part of who we are. So
I was like, Revelation better have some. No, just kidding.
Yes, there is though. She knows.
I was thinking maybe it's just them finding something out, but then at the same time I was thinking, but I mean, is it connected to the
Biblioteca?
I do love end of the world stuff. I love that. So you'll have me there. I'm quite interested. So I've been looking for some good reads that actually don't have pictures for once. So some adult reading.
Well, we also have to read Mecca Jesus.
I say they're cheaper and easier than my ex's mom.
Yeah.
She's making X jokes. Yeah, we're gonna have her back.
Here's a funny story though. Everybody that I hate, this is one of my social traction things, and I'm gonna tell all the comic book people this right now. They're gonna get a little grain of some inspiration here for their social media campaigns. I write people that I know in real life in my stories, and I tell them that on social media. So if I don't like you or you done something dirty,
You get to be a villain or a piece of shit.
Die on the first page. So this is random stabbing.
but if I like you, you're probably in there too.
Very cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. I would like to, I don't know how much time, we actually have, but
Yeah,
before,
sorry.
we dig into morning. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. I would like to extend an invite to come back for sure. We do like return guests because sometimes an hour isn't enough. You know what I mean? To talk to somebody.
I thought we had 5 hours on the stream. What do you mean? I was ready.
What? No, 5 hours. No, there's no way. I don't have enough water for that, and not enough coffee in the house for that. But I would like to, let you know that we would like to come back. We're planning, personally on my channel, we're planning a big Halloween 10K celebration. So if you'd like to just come bullshit, you can totally promote. Everybody that's going to be on there is going to have the opportunity to promote, but it's also just going to be a bullshit stream. Everybody talk to each other, just chill and talk about stuff. It's Halloween. And it's be my birthday. But anyway, we'd have you back in a more chill environment, so that way we're not so crammed for time and trying to get as much information to people as possible. But that being said, you had mentioned something when we were chatting before, and this was before, Bianca, mind you, in the personal chats. This was before I had said what we did on my channel. She was just very informative. And she starts naming people off, like she said, she can name drop all day. And she literally goes, well, yeah, something Troy Baker, something Tara Strong. And I literally broke out into a cold sweat. Like, I didn't even know what to respond. I just started sweating like, oh my God, these people are gods to me. Like, these people are got me into this stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
I know everybody shit our pants when we saw Troy Baker on the episode of The Last of Us. We all went, oh my God, he's in there. There he is. Holy shit. He's out behind the mic. He's in front of the camera.
I actually have a Hello Kitty tattoo. It was kind of freaky when I met Tara at Michael Jackson's house on Halloween. Actually, you were just talking about Halloween. And like, she's gorgeous in real life. Just like, that ain't Photoshop, just so you know. She really looks that way. That's her. Yeah. But I literally have a Hello Kitty tattoo. Like, I don't buy myself anything fancy or nice, and I went out and bought them Hello Kitty Vans as soon as those things hit the shelf. Like, I love Hello Kitty, so like, just running into her was crazy. And then when she's like, oh yeah, I'll follow you back on Instagram and stuff like that, I was like, this is wild. This is crazy. I can't believe this is real life. I still fangirl over her.
Well, I mean, do you do a lot of cons? Like, you spend a lot of time going to, we're talking Comic Cons, horror cons. I think you do them all.
I go to conventions and I help run conventions. A part of the whole like business handshake with social media and celebrities. There's a lot of conventions in there. Can I plug one for one of my friends? Actually, guys, you guys are voice actors. Please go help plug this guy. You guys might know September Carter and Bob Carter as Shao Kahn and Sindel from the video game Mortal Kombat. They are running Shao Kahn in Atlanta, October 24th through the 27th. 25th through the 27th. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, they are some of my friends. They're awesome. It's a brand new convention, so it would be cool to like get that word out there. That's legit.
Okay.
And like I said, like, I'm still like, trying to get my indie game people in and like my social media and stuff like that, and like help make that a successful convention.
All these names for these cons are just so fascinating. Like, I don't really go to cons much. If I do, it's been years, but if I do, it would be ones in Florida because that's where I live. I don't
it's Atlanta, so you're just at the coast. But how crazy is it though that Shao Kahn and Sindel are literally married? Like literally.
Kind of freaked me out.
Good relationship.
And we are Mortal Kombat fans.
Their daughters.
We're
That's
fans.
right. Well, I'm friends with the guy actually who announces for them too on my TikTok. What's his name? Kyle. What's his name?
Rittenhouse.
Is that what it is?
No, it was really bad.
Kyle. Is it Higgins?
Oh, let me check. I have him on. Oh wait, no, I'd have to.
I don't know that.
Whatever.
He's
gonna be mad at me. He lives here in LA. I actually am in person with him. He's gonna be mad at me that I didn't remember his name. But so it's like I know everyone from Mortal Kombat. And I was like,
I
this is
mean,
weird because that was one of my favorite
Kyle
games when I was a kid.
Hibbert?
No, Haybear is for Kyle Haybear. He's a great guy. He's Dragon Ball Z and all of those. It's Kyle's.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I just helped him with his social media.
I've got IMDb pulled up, guys. I don't know why I'm not helping more.
Okay,
I'm
thank
sort
you.
of just in
Please,
like.
well, we
Please
need to
look
find the
it up.
last name.
I'm
I
literally
can
in
think
shock.
of his profile picture on TikTok because that's what I was helping him build up the last time. I'm pretty sure it's Kyle. It starts with K. Oh my gosh, it's gonna drive me nuts.
Yeah, we
He's
got
from Mortal Kombat. He's the announcer in Mortal Kombat.
the fight and
Yes, that guy.
Has it been the same guy throughout the years?
No, no, they replace him all the time. You guys just don't know.
It's like the Resident Evil guy. Is it then the same guy? Probably not, but everybody can do
Wait, you don't mean
Resident
Jameson
Evil.
Price, do you?
What's that?
You don't mean Jameson Price, do you?
No, you guys are gonna make me look him up on TikTok.
I'm sorry. I'm useless
When I
right
look
now.
it
I'm
up,
utterly
it's
useless.
like it's Jameson Price. And I'm like, Jameson Price. I don't know if that's right. I love
It's not
Jameson
James Price. No, it's Kyle. Oh my
Kyle
gosh.
Wyatt is what figure.
Wyatt!
suggested.
Is
Kyle
that right?
Wyatt.
I think
Yeah.
that's his name.
Kyle
Kyle
Wyatt?
Wyatt. Yep. He's an old
Thank
white
you, Figure.
guy. It was like probably his biggest role was the whole Mortal Kombat announcing deal. And he just got on social media a little bit ago and he heard that I helped with it. So I helped set up his like channel and like send my people over there and all that stuff. It
So
is.
all
It's
these
Kyle
guys-
Wyatt. Thank
all
you
these
for the
guys
win.
from-
Oh my gosh, that was so
Thank
hard.
you, Figure. Are these in one, like the newest Mortal Kombat 1, the newest game? I'm assuming, or these?
No. I think
the
the
good
only
ones?
person who's like really
The
hung
good
on
ones?
to their character is Bob Carter and September Carter. They did their character for a pretty long time. But everything's new nowadays, man, and
I don't
between like
know.
ADR and yeah.
One was one of the worst things I've ever seen, so I didn't even pay any attention to it. And no offense there, Megan Fox, but your voice acting was terrible. She's not ever going to see this. It was
Yeah.
terrible. So I wasn't very impressed, you know. And I went back
So,
to
You would be surprised to know. So like I've been keeping up with it. I was like, all she needs, probably, hopefully, is like time and better direction of some kind. So
No.
all of the
No.
well,
and talent.
I saw an update. She actually sounds like she's getting better. Sounds like she's actually learning. Because she did say
So-
that she wanted this to be a passion.
Okay, so voice acting is very much acting. Okay.
Yes.
The great
never been-
actors take to voice acting very easy. There are really great scenes of Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. That
Okay.
could be used as a great description of what ADR is because he does all of his own ADR. And you can see he's great on screen, comes naturally in the box, right? Like
I
he is
did hear
fantastic.
that theater did help a lot.
Well, what I've
Because it
noticed
was
too is
so much,
Billy Crudup.
exaggerating when you're doing it.
I don't know if
and
you
you
guys
couldn't
are
do that.
familiar with Billy Crudup, the actor, but he's he played Dr. Manhattan in The Watchmen. He was in Alien
Oh, that's-
Covenant.
Oh, I
He's-
like him.
I
didn't
I
know
went
about
back and
that.
watched Princess Mononoke, and man, I watched that a long time ago. The
Oh,
only
I
guy I
love
remembered was John DiMaggio. That was all I remembered back then. So when I went back and watched, Claire Danes, of course, Claire Danes. But anyway, I went back and then I didn't realize that Billy Crudup had voiced the main character. And as I'm listening, I'm like, dude, that sounds like Billy Crudup. So I IMDb'd it, and sure as shit, he does a lot
you're
of
like-
voice acting. And I
Okay,
was
He
like,
sounds really good.
he's really good. So it seems like the actors tend to just
They
naturally
take to
flow
it
in the
really
box. You take
easy.
the voice actor out of the box and it's an adjustment. They're like, oh fuck, I got a camera on me. I got to make facial expressions. Yes, it's more than just
Yep.
you got to oversell it in the box, undersell it in
Yeah.
front of the camera. You know, like
But acting is
Unless you're
acting.
Jack
I think,
Black.
like voice actors, they get kind of like pushed aside, like it's not a big deal, in
Yeah.
a lot of the industry, but it is a big deal, a lot.
Mhm.
And people are hearing ADR every single day, and they don't know it. They don't know it. There are
all the
about
overdubs that have to go into filmmaking because the fans were too loud. Like they got fans blowing, they've got cameras running, they've got all this noise. You're not hearing that. They're adding in the background sound, they're adding in the sound effects, and they're going back in the booth and recording that dialogue. It's a production, guys. And most people don't realize all these actors are doing voice acting. It's just you're not seeing it. You know what I mean? Like these guys are syncing it up with the lips. You're not seeing it happen. And it's that to me, that's really cool. It's an aspect nobody really understands with filmmaking.
Yeah,
like,
they don't.
That's
And
why we're into it.
I think if they knew that, then it like voice acting would have more clout, you know, in the industry if they knew how much voice acting actually happens.
Apparently other countries take it so much more seriously that they have actual like full colleges for it, not college classes like a college like in a electoral kind of thing, but like an actual school, actual universities. Well, we don't have that here. And you know, that's why when somebody plays one character, they're playing it for like over 20 years in like movie versions, video game version, TV, anime, that kind of thing. But for us, we're just switching to the specifically just big name actors.
I feel like in America, it's that social traction that I was talking about. And so
they all need to hire you is what you're saying.
Yeah. We even had, you remember the snafu with Tara Strong and E.G. Daily with the Powerpuff Girls?
Remember snafu, yeah.
Okay. And like, they went from women who could consistently perform a job that everybody was very happy with because they were full-grown women who could continuously do this to young stars who were going through age and stuff was going to happen, you know, naturally to them that they wouldn't be able to compensate for. But it was all like, I think, gaining traction. That's it. And that's what studios want. They want to appeal to the widest audience that they can. And they're not great at doing that at times. There's a lot of disconnect between what the audience actually wants and what studios think they might want, seeking that approval of fans. And I think Powerpuff Girls kind of proved that.
Yep. Yeah. And that's why we're getting a reboot.
That is why you're getting a reboot, because it failed. Nothing against those young women. I feel like it put those young women in a very hard spot to begin with. That they were growing still in their instruments, and they're going to be under that amount of demand. That's a hard place for everyone.
To follow their predecessors in something like that, that's another big one. Like, again, the new Cape Crusader, me and B watched it. We liked it. Here's my thing, though. You know how hard it is to watch a Batman animated without Kevin doing that voice right now? Like, it's hard. Like, it's hard.
It's hard for you. It was extremely easy for me.
It's very hard for me. Like, for me, it's very tough, man. Him and Hamill. That was my whole teenage years.
That new Joker, what is his name? Kevin Michael Richards?
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, I love his Joker.
Yeah, what? Amazing. I was all in on Mark Hamill. I actually do my own Mark Hamill. And then I heard the new, and I was like, bro, I cannot reach that low. And I can go pretty low, but not anymore. That guy is like insane, animalistic. Like, I love it.
Yeah, you know, I mean, even then, Troy Baker did okay. He did okay, but I know that some of these guys even admitted, I was just impersonating Hamill. And I was like, well, that's a good impersonation, dude. That's a good way to go. There's nothing wrong with that.
Richards drops it down a whole nother octave to where he has never hit. Joker has never been in that range before, and it just like is shocking.
I don't know if you've ever seen him and Hamill have some dynamic with each other, but they are constantly making fun of each other. Like, he's just doing an impersonation of me. No, he was just doing an impersonation. They're back and forth with it the whole. It's really funny. Really.
Oh, the tattoos are very nice, by the way.
Nice. Oh, thank you. I was a tattoo artist for about 17 years.
I knew it.
This person. I'm surprised that she could probably sit down in a Boeing 747 and be like, just give me a second. Hold on. Okay, I got it. We're ready.
I would need an instruction manual first, but
we got the startup. I can figure this out, you know. Taking selfies,
maybe not
posted on TikTok. We're going down.
I could probably take off, but I don't know about landing it.
Oh, John's giving us crap in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry, John. He's like, you two never show your face. Yes, next time. I'm sorry.
I finally washed my hair today, so like I was like, I feel semi okay.
Well, we are reaching an hour marker. I don't know how much time we got. I think maybe we should start easing towards the wrap up. So if you've
Wait,
got,
did you want to check out the sample first, or are you good?
I forgot. So thank you for reminding me. Yes, I want to check out the sample first. Let me pull that up.
Yee.
You guys get to hear me not read properly live. Isn't that great?
I love
Well,
that.
I will be shocked if there's no if there's no errors in it, because I'm pretty sure they were in the first chapter.
That means it's my job. Let me do it.
All right, ladies first, B. Ladies.
No, gosh dang it. Oh, I forgot I have to share the screen. again.
Actually, can I give you a hint? Is this the first couple chapters?
I think so. It doesn't
so the
even look
first-
like it's the whole chapter, but it might be.
The first chapter is a male, and the second chapter is a female.
Oh, well, then
We got this.
I will be ladies first then. That doesn't make any sense, but I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Let me move this. There we go. I've got a camera in front of me, so bear with me, guys. Jebediah. That was terrible. Jebediah valiantly spurred his... Okay, I know how to do this now. Jebediah currently spurred his horse. Hey-ya! He yelled as his pounded heart thumped within his chest that he tightly held with a squirming infant against. The child's cries mingled with the thunderous war whoops of the native warriors gaining ground behind him. Arrows whizzed past his head, slicing through the air. He veered sharply, then yanking back on the reins, forcing the horse to rear up and whinny in pain. I wish I had sound effects. He clumsily dismounted the horse. Oh, let me scroll up, crashing himself before he crushed the child he clung so tightly to. His boots dug into the earth as he... Oh, God, this is actually really cool, and I feel bad reading it like this. His boots dug into the earth as he sprinted toward the dark line of the trees ahead. The safety of the tree line was just within reach, but the fierce warriors were closing in. Jebediah burst into the shadowy grove, his breath ragged, the infant cradled tightly in his arms. Behind him, the thunder of hooves and war cries came in an abrupt halt. He glanced back to see the native warriors, fierce moments before, now hesitating at the tree line's edge. Their faces, once set with determination, were now clouded with fear. The horses reared and turned away, battling against their riders' demands. The trees loomed like silent sentinels, the dark branches swaying. A warrior dismounted their horse, eyes locked on the child. They sprinted forward to the edge of the grove. Their sorrowful wail pierced the air as they dropped to their knees, unable to cross the tree line. Enraged. Oh, God, I scrolled up too high. Bear with me, guys. I'm terrible at this. Enraged, the warrior drew back their arrow and fired a shot at the child. He dodged the projectile, narrowly missing the child he clung to, but slicking through his bicep. Ooh. He fell to his knees momentarily, still able to hear the war cries of his pursuers as he scuttled to his feet to avoid being an easy target for another arrow, and ran deep into the rows of trees for safety. As the sun began to set, he could hear the wails of the war party dissipate. Safe at last, he sank down to the cool earth with the infant still nestled in his arms. The warmth of the sun's last rays filtered through the branches, casting dappled shadows that danced around him. As the sky deepened to the shades of orange and purple, Jebediah closed his eyes, finally allowing himself a moment to catch his breath, the distant threat of his pursuers fading with the daylight. How do you say that?
Naka.
Okay. Naka. Oh, no. Naka. A soft voice whispered.
No, it's I'm sorry.
There you go.
Jebediah loosened his tight embrace on the child and gently laid the crying infant on the dirt. He reached into his boot from a leather sheath and retrieved the straight-edged blade with a wooden handle. Jebediah lifted the blade over his head directly in the air above the child. Oh, shit. Okay, this is a Western, and this just got intense. Bianca.
Well, it's like I said, it's twists and turns the whole way. This is definitely a female though.
I was reading it while he was reading his, and I'm like, oh, that's definitely a tone turn.
Yeah.
I'm super excited. Welcome to the Grove, where luxury meets limitless possibility. Nestled in the heart of opulence, the Grove is more than a destination, it is a world unto itself. Imagine a place where every desire is effortlessly fulfilled, from exquisite dining and high-end shopping to serene spa retreats and exclusive entertainment. Here, elegance and convenience blend seamlessly, offering a curated experience that caters to your every whim. Whether you're seeking the latest fashion, savoring gourmet cuisine, or indulging the world class relaxation, the Grove promises an unparalleled escape onto a realm where everything you've ever wanted is at your fingertips. Discover the Grove, where dreams are realized and perfection is redefined. Okay, cut! Let's take 15 while I watch the playback. The director, Steven, shouted to the crew. Janisha.
So here's a little fun fact, because I'm here to tell you guys. Janisha is actually my friend from Black Panther. She's one of the Queen's Guard. She's one of my personal friends, and I love her to death. And Amy is the hoe that my ex-husband slept with. So, oh, and so the down here it says Vera. That is the update to the manuscript. That name is actually supposed to be Amy. I put in like placeholders until I go back through and find out who I'm going to like shit talk about. So the Vera is actually the name of Amy, just so you know when you see that. And it has been updated.
Got it. Janisha and Amy smiled as they trotted off to their shared trailer parked across the trolley tracks. That's when I'm messing up now. On the closed down brick paved road. When they were in the privacy of their trailer and no longer felt the prying eyes of onlookers, they relaxed. For reals, how many times does he need to check the playback? Don't get me wrong, I'm so happy to be here, but I can see why they're working with unknowns like us. I actually don't think, guys. I don't think High Dollar Talon would be okay with this level of perfectionism, Janisha said as she picked through the basket of granola bars. Ooh, granola bars sounds good right now. Oh, his anal retention is off the charts for sure. That's why they have us noobs on the job. Can you imagine if they had to pay by the hour? We would be rich. We also would not have the job, Amy said through a mouthful of dry granola bar as she chuckled.
Wow. Okay, I didn't see that coming. So just the sample confused me. Like I'm drawn into this story and I'm thinking, okay, this is a dark Western. Yes. And then cut. Okay, take 15. I'm thinking, did you just screw with us in like a weird
No, it's all tied together. And the threequel actually talks about each parts of these. And the crazy thing is, okay, so I don't know how many viewers you have, or somebody's going to leak this, but in the second part of this, there's actually a lot of historical significance to what I'm doing and the people that I'm referencing in one of these stories. And it's real. And it's one of those situations where, like I said, we went traveling in California and we came upon some stuff and I started reading on Wikipedia. I was like, there's no way that this is real. How is this real life? Where do these things exist? Are you serious? And this is real. So a lot of these stories, like it's a fictional story, but there are some tendrils of some stuff that actually happened where you're going to be like, no freaking way.
So it's grounded in real events, reality in real areas, which is going to help sell it as far as for the reader. Like if you know the
people
area.
who live in these areas are going to be very familiar with who I'm talking about. Like when you're talking about like the settling of certain areas and the founding of California and like lots of towns out here. Yeah, it's very unsettling when you find out like how some stuff went down.
Oh no. Oh God. Okay, I'm excited to read it now. Now I'm excited.
Yeah. I hope you do read it, and I hope you let me know. And so it looks like here that the sample, well, last time I looked it up, it didn't actually have a sample, but it looks like that's not updated yet. But the updated version should be live here soon. I would guess like maybe tomorrow. But it's just really just a couple name switches.
That's important, especially considering the details on the names you just gave us. I think that's pretty relevant to the story.
Yeah.
I think so.
Well, now you guys kind of know. You're like, oh, Janisha's her friend and Amy's that. Yeah, so.
that yeah.
You guys are kind of in on something in the story as you go to read it.
I like that. Don't let that leak, guys. Anybody that's in here, don't let that leak.
Yeah. Because you kind of ruin it once you know that. But I mean, also you don't ruin it. There are so many twists to this. Like I love that you were kind of thrown off by the whole Grove thing and the cowboy thing, because I want that experience to happen in every single chapter.
Okay. Well, okay. So I'm gonna
It'll definitely happen if this is how we reacted just from the first two.
I was so excited to see. That was the very first time I've ever seen that comment on it, like that rating. And that is what I was trying to do, is like, I want it to be fresh and different and for you to be guessing right up to the end, because those are the things that I enjoy.
Yay.
Well, you'll get a
We're gonna
couple
get
more. You're going to get some more ratings coming in soon. I know that. Either way, it'll be from us, and then this is going to get more eyes. I can already tell. Like, you're good at what you're doing, and I think getting interaction from people on Amazon is going to be the hardest part. Just leave a comment, leave a review or something. That's going to be hard, but once it gets going, the ball starts rolling. They're going to see.
Well, I already made it to #1 in downloads, so I was like, that says a lot. I save that screenshot, file it away for when I'm trying to sell it. So you can tell right now the reason that it is just based on the screenplay, and why, if you knew about my Revelations takes place in like maybe 2 sets. So like it's much easier for me to make Revelations than it is for me to make Grove, because you're seeing right now like the sets that we have to do. And if you know anything about California, I'm not saying that it is because I legally can't, but there is a place here called the Grove where it's like the highest of all end, like gated community kind of things, but it's not gated. Like anyone can go there. It's like where all the rich people hang out and like eat and drink and stuff like that. It's like where I go with all my bougie friends. And the crazy thing is, I literally hit publish on the Grove while I was sitting in the Grove's Barnes and Noble.
Ooh,
that's kind of Grove
back about the place when I published. I was like,
that's kind of meant to be situation right there. Like, wait a minute. The book's called Grove. I'm at the Grove. I'm in the Grove at the Grove, publishing the Grove.
And the crazy thing is, like, there's, like I said, there's a lot of religion. If you know much about anything in the Abrahamical religions, there is a lot about groves. Like a lot. They have been told to burn and cut down groves a whole bunch for certain reasons that I won't give away.
Okay.
What is a grove? A forest of some kind?
No,
it's an orchard.
Not big. Yes.
It's a forge?
A little like, patch of trees and plants.
An orchard. It's just like a massive, purposefully, intentionally planted area.
Oh.
Which is
my plants! Don't cut off the groves! No.
So that was the thing. Like in Abrahamical religions, they were told to kill the groves, to uproot them, to burn them, to cut them and whatnot. And then they would refuse to. And something bad would always happen when they did.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'll throw out there too, if you're going to see a lot of talk of stuff, if you're familiar with Bohemian Grove.
Not me.
No.
I just had to ask what a grove was.
Conspiracy people are going to know what Bohemian Grove is, and they're going to be like, oh, I see this.
I mean,
and why do they have the same names as the shopping center? Just saying.
Okay, don't, because I'm a conspiracy theorist guy, and you're going to get me started on something that I'm going to go down a rabbit hole tonight. Like, okay,
we'll go for hours.
What is this? And then I'm going to like go crazy.
And you're like, what
the? Texting people like, you're not going to believe this. No, I'm just kidding.
I hope that you do after you read the book. I hope you so if you are a conspiracy theorist, you're going to see some language in there that is directly from conspiracies. And if you are into religion, you're going to see some stuff that's directly from religion. And then if you're a horror movie fan, you're going to see some tropes come through this thing, and you're going to get the twists if you enjoy stuff like Sixth Sense and Fight Club.
Okay. We have. Oh, go ahead, B. Go ahead.
What was it?
We got some people requesting other ways to follow you, Hunter. So if you've got like a Twitter or anything that you would like to share in the
Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah,
so
Twitter,
easy to find. So it's Voxy, like voiceover, VOXY. ditch, D-I-T, here, we'll put this is backwards. Ditch, D-I-T-C-H, Voxy Ditch on all the
As a matter
socials.
of fact, Reese, I can send you a link to her. If we can't figure it out here, I can send you a link to her. I wish we'd had that handy. That'd be something to throw into the chat.
I knew she would have more than just a Facebook. I knew it.
In her
So-
defense, I'm friends with her personal Facebook page.
Yes, that's my
I don't
personal
know her
Facebook.
professional, so I don't want to share that. You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly. Yeah. So like, even though it is a big account, and I am very strategic with what I do post on there, it is my personal Facebook. Like those are people that I actually interact with on a daily basis. So that's my name. Yeah.
Is,
But
Voxy
Voxy
with
Ditch is
one
my personal.
X or two X's?
VOXY, just one.
Oh,
Like
I
Vox.
just found you.
singular.
Super easy. I'm the only ditch. I'm that ditch.
The ditch in the
Okay.
grove. You know what I
I
mean?
will add all of these to the video after we end. I said that so slow.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Hunter. I appreciate you
Thank you
taking
for
the
having
time to come talk to us. It was a very. I told you, B. I was like, I think she'll interview herself. Like we'll just kind of see
She
here.
talks a lot. Yes, I do.
You got a very outgoing personality. We like that. We like that a lot. And you know, like you have your stuff in your brain. You're ready to go with this stuff. We like that instead of some people that might have to dig. Like, oh, I wasn't ready, and then we're just like, no.
I am
it's
sending you
been an
that
absolute
screenshot
pleasure.
right now because you're gonna be like, "Are you serious?" This is 1:10 p.m. when he sent me this.
Wait a minute. Now I'm
No, it's just
scared.
crazy, like the whole comic thing, and then like he literally just contacted me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we love that. So I'd say if you've got somebody working on something, send them our way. We'll be more than happy to talk to them about it. And sell their
BIPOC
comic.
creator, indie comic book. I've gone through his social media with like a fine tooth comb to try to get him on the right path for branding. But now it's what tactics to use to get that social credit. So like you guys are a great resource for that.
Well, thank
just-
you.
Thank you so much for having me. Like this has been so much fun.
You know what? I should save this. Sorry, I got into reading the screenshot. I'm like, you know what? We are live. You don't want to sit there and read somebody's DM.
Yeah, just save that for later. No, but that is him. That is crazy though that I'm talking to you guys today, and then he reached out to me. I'm just like, we have to make this happen.
Oh,
It's crazy
yeah,
serendipitous. The
definitely.
universe
Well,
is aligning. Whatever you're going through right now, the universe is aligning for you to have a better life and for you to do incredible stuff.
That's gonna make me cry.
no, that's good because me and B, our community. Shit, there's people in our community. We've had some pretty hard times the past couple of years out of the group, and we are now starting to see an incline. And be it sub count, be it success, whatever you want to call it, climbing out of the drama ditch. Either way you want to call it, we are seeing an incline. Things are starting to move in such a positive direction. So you Siri saying, oh, you backstage, she was like, oh, there's a synergy happening right here. Things are kind of just lining up. I was like, I know, right? Like it's weird that everything just sort of connected, and I'm glad I reached out. I really am.
Yes, I'm so glad that you did too, because I do. Sometimes I get people that'll just be like, oh, if you need a tattoo, go to her, or you need this or that, go to them. And I'm just like, it offends me a little bit because I'm like, I'm more than that. And I can actually help you in a lot more ways if you would just like stop trying to put me in a box. Like, can I leave you with one little thing? Because what you said about like the inspiration and like where you're going and all of that. I had this crazy dream when I was going through my divorce, and it has turned out to be so on point with what I've actually like, gone through. And so in my dream, several years ago, I was at a really low point in my life. And in this dream, it was very, very real to me. I was in a hole, in a dirty, muddy hole. And it was like twice my height. And I was looking up, and there was people around the hole, and they were all talking to each other. And I was like, help me up. And they were just like talking to each other and like ignoring me. And then I looked down, and there were snakes at my feet. And then I was like, help me the freak up. And then the snakes started biting me. And I was like, come on, guys. And they just kept talking to each other. And then I realized that this was dirt and that I can move it. And I like stuck my hands into the dirt, and I climbed out of this hole. And when I got to the top, there was nobody left around. And I was like, if that isn't exactly what I've been going through, where there are so many people who are talking about you and not willing to help, and whatever you're like digging yourself out of, it's going to take your energy to put one foot in front of the other to get out of that hole. And those snake bites aren't that bad. You'll survive. And like, this is actually a medical fact that I like, nobody ever told me this before. But did you know that here in America, if you're bit by a rattlesnake, you're not going to die unless you have an underlying condition. It will mess you up, but it won't kill you. I was under the impression that like you got bit by it, you're just like, you're a goner, man. You got to get the anti-venom or whatever. No, it'll mess you up pretty bad, but you can survive and you can keep going. So like whatever you're going through that hurts really bad right now, you can survive. You can get through this. And when you get to the top, there might not be anybody else around, but you did it for your life. And there are a lot of people that are going to be watching your story. And so you have to keep going. And you're going to be telling this story to someone else when you get on the other side of it about how great your life is just because you didn't give up and you put one foot in front of the other. Sorry, we were going to church.
No, that was fucking profound. Like,
I had that exact dream. I'm not joking. Like that exact dream. And I woke up and I was like, what is this? And then I'm here today and I'm like,
I hope some people see this. I hope you guys heard that. I hope that was inspiring.
Put in the work. You can do
That's
this.
inspiring. Yeah, that's inspiring. And those rattlesnake bites, eventually you'll become immune to the poison after a while. So it's very profound. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm going to take that with me when we leave here.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. B, also thank you for having me on your interview, as usual.
Thank you for letting me know. This was all a teamwork effort.
A team effort. We ended up late.
To be a team for a very, very long time, and I get to keep sending people your way, and this gets to be a thing. I love this.
I hope so, because we love supporting people. So anybody you think would love to come talk to us for an hour and a half, sell their stuff, promote their stuff, and then bullshit with us, we'd love to have them.
We got the books, we got the comics, we got the video games, we got the movies, we got the series, we got the shebang and the shaboodle.
I mean, if you want the voice actor, I'm pretty sure I can get John Bailey if you guys want him next.
That would be wow. As long as they're working in indie, that falls into what B is considered perfectly fine content for our interviews.
He is a huge actor, but he supports all things indie. He supports them all.
I mean,
he lowers all of his rates. He cuts the indie film trailers for like an extremely reduced rate.
So he's
is that why he's everywhere? I was like, how much is on his trailers?
Don't tell his management.
His head's gonna start getting really big. Like,
well, his management's gonna be like, "What's this rate?"
Wait a minute, what? My rates are low.
Like, they're indie people. They don't have anything. Like, come on, you can't.
So how much can I get for $2 an hour?
I'll trade you my wife for a colored comic. You know, like I got a wife.
Frick yeah! I'm telling you, dead guy. Fiverr is where it's at.
I want to, but the channel, there's so much.
Fine.
I can't
Fiverr for me, okay? I'll take all of the Fiverr.
Okay. I employ myself on my own channel right now. I don't have time for anything else.
All right,
either
guys.
way.
We're going to end it here. Thank you for the guests that are here today. Thank you to everybody that stopped in. I hope you had as much fun as we did, because we sure did. And we hope to see you again soon. All the social media links I got will and also Indecent, of course, will be now added into the description, besides the one that is already on there. Her book for $1.29 is on Amazon, which the link is also in the description, because I'm just cool like that, I guess. And we hope to see you guys again next time. Bye-bye. Bye.